Little angel bird is very affectionate this morning, aren't you, Charlie? She's been saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" It's a beautiful morning, but it's very windy. And there's a chill in the air, which is bizarre since it was so hot on Halloween on the 31st. Only 2 days ago. Well, a day and a bit ago. Anywho, I've not long been up. I feel slightly better. I had a complete emotional mental crash yesterday of sheer exhaustion. It was quite scary, very scary. Had to talk myself down a few times. So it shows to me that some of my extreme emotions and suicidal ideation is actually caused by fatigue. Yesterday was quite scary, and it's weird because I had such a happy time the day before. So although I was already sleep deprived and pushing myself through on my last nerve, so I have to be very careful of that last nerve, the kill switch, the suicide switch. So I'm very conscious of that. But don't worry, like I'm not going to suicide or anything horrible like that. But I was aware how my moods were terrifying yesterday, very terrifying. And as I made a video on Friday about last Friday, yes, a week and a half ago, I wasn't feeling right that day either. So, is it a week and a half ago? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I'm not travelling very well lately, and I'm a bit worried about it, to be honest. I need to get some more fruit and vegetables in and dose up on some natural vitamin C and enzymes. I bought some coleslaw the other day thinking, oh well, some vegetables and that, and it tasted so revolting and bitter and cardboardy. Of course I bought it in a packet mix that I can't get into it. I'm going to have to chuck it out. And I've been living on chocolate for the last few weeks or months, which isn't good. I mean, I love chocolate, but it's not exactly a full nutritional staple, is it? And I've been living on lots of chicken, so I think I probably need iron, red meat, Charlie, and iron, and I need to pull myself up from my crashing emotional state, because that's not good, people. It's not good at all. Have a debrief with my psych today. I've been telling him that I haven't been travelling very well, but he just says no one is because of the COVID epoch, which is true. So he isn't too concerned about me. Oh, look at what my little darling just did. Pooped all down my throat when I'm making a video. Oh, Charlie. Hello. Hello, poop face. So anyway, I had a lovely time on Monday for Halloween, and I enjoyed all the children coming and the parents bringing their little ones. Especially the intrepid parents that came at night, the Indigenous family with their little ones. That was sweet. And the little boys that came after dark as well, who were actually, it was a whole group of them, and they were terrified. But they were very sweet little boys. So, in spite of all my, health issues, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, I pushed myself through. I honoured the ancient ancestors and the ancient gods and celebrated life, l'chaim, and enjoyed the children. And then yesterday I crashed and burned, really I was quite exhausted even from dancing on Friday, and I went out dancing feeling exhausted. So I've really been pushing myself. So I'm going to be gentle with myself for the next, couple of weeks. I've got the markets on the 13th, so I'll have to build up some energy reserves so I can sit there for an entire day. The last time nearly killed me. And that's only from, the markets were from 9 till 2, and now they've extended them from 9 till 3, which means I have to be there at 8 and I won't be home at 4. Like, that's a whole working day for me, and that's a lot. That's a lot for me. So I'm not sure how I'll cope, but I'll have to. Just have to cope. So I've still got to buy a little fold-up camping stool so I can something to sit on, because I've decided the milk crate I bring is too bulky. But if I don't get round to going to get the stool, I'll just take the milk crate because it works. It's just bulky. Yeah, so I just hope I get enough rest between now and then. It's 12 days away, isn't it? Because it's the 2nd today. No, 11 days away. 11 days. We've got 11 days to, build up some reserves. That's how I live. It's like a banking system. It's like, I've got to do this on this day. I need to rest for a few days before, and it's a struggle, but I've always lived like that, always. And I've been doing better. I was doing a bit better, not having to bank so much rest time, but I depleted myself completely in the last few months. And I haven't been feeling well. And I think that's because of my diet. My diet's poorly. Couldn't afford vegetables and fruit and struggling. I've been prioritising, buying bits and pieces for my little business, hoping to get myself established, and perhaps that was a mistake. It's too much pressure on me, and I don't really have enough money, so it's a Sisyphusian feat trying to get myself established when I have very limited funds. It's actually, in real terms, kind of insane. Although it's creative and Beauregard hope producing and gives me something to, a goal to work towards. But I realised in recent weeks, and I was reminded when I went to the jewellery demonstration that I'm doing everything completely on my own, and trying to perform, trying to achieve things that you really need family support or a business partner or someone to help you, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not angry or upset about it. I'm just aware that everything I do, I have to do completely alone, and it feels impossible and difficult, and yet I somehow manage to pull things together from time to time. So I'm quite proud of myself, because I know that my health is precarious. Although my lungs are better, right? Felt there was someone behind me. That mullein tea did bring gunk off my chest, and but the fatigue is constant now, very constant, and I think a lot of it is stress related too, from living in our current epoch where we don't know when the other shoe's going to fall, and it's horrific. But look around, you can see the blue skies behind me and the light streaming in the garden. It's just beautiful and magical and delightful. So I have lots lots to be grateful for and lots to delight in. And I need to wash my hair. My hair's going all funny, needs a wash. And I have lots of, I'm surrounded by beauty. So I must build up my strength and reserves and not allow the ugliness of the world to seep into my body, mind, soul, psyche, and contaminate my sacred space here. Because if I allow the contamination, then that's on me. But it's a bit hard because I do watch a lot of videos about exorcisms and, what's going on with our current paradigm, with our murderous scientists and doctors, and I'm living in a veritable horror movie. The stuff that I used to actually pay money to go to for entertainment, to be scared out of my girls, has now become a daily reality. And that's hard to wrap my mind around. It's very hard to wrap my mind around. So I'm advocating and focusing on sweetness and kindness towards others, because we can't control what the monstrosities of this earth are doing to humanity right now. It's beyond our control. The whole global population literally bent over and took it up the arse, thinking that they, by being complicit and compliant and obedient, that they would save themselves, which I knew was ridiculous from the start, because as a second generation Holocaust survivor, I know well what going along with your governments can do to mass populations on a whim of some maniac somewhere who just wants world domination and the earth for themselves. We know who our current monstrosities are, don't we? So I was told that I was evil to compare it to the Holocaust. There is no actual exact comparison to the Holocaust, because that was specific to Nazi Germany. But this is not just specific to one country. This is global. So I think it actually surpasses even the Holocaust, which is hard to say because there's no actual visible concentration camps and there's no visible privation yet. But the petrol goes up and up, and the food costs go up and up, and I'm struggling to get food in my house. So I'm in an open air prison surrounded by horror, and I have to laugh. In the midst of this, I decide to start a little business, thinking that I'm going to give myself extra money and a buffer, right? It's insane. It's really insane. And maybe that's why I'm not succeeding, because I know it's insane and I'm sabotaging it by my own fears and doubts. The universe, I'm just watching these guys fighting over the ball. What are you doing, Charlie Beauregard? The universe is it's a whole, it's integrated, and I rather delusionarily, in delusion, still believe that it has my back, because I'm still alive when I shouldn't technically be, against all odds, and many threats against my life were made, physical and mental and financial. So many people tried to kill me, it's not funny. And yet here I am. So there's a reason for it. I don't know what the reason is, if only just to make these maudlin, bizarre videos and ponder on my existence, which is what my therapist gets paid to do, really. But, you know, you can't really do much in half an hour once a fortnight. So I make these videos more actually for my own benefit, to see where I am in any given moment in the space-time continuum, and to eke out, carefully pass out my own contentment and satisfaction and happiness at my own survival, trying to thrive in an apocalypse. Well, it's not the first time I've tried to thrive when the whole world went down in flames around me, and it won't be the last. The last time my world burnt down in flames was when I left my marriage, and that was apocalyptic on a grand scale, because even the family courts were vicious, and you know, the divorce courts, all of it were treacherous and vicious, which is how I ended up in dire poverty for the last 28 years. So it is what it is, you know, the hatred of the female and the hatred of a survivor. If I had come from a decent, loving, supportive family, maybe I would have been treated better even by the court system. I wonder how much of that was really classism and hatred of the female and destruction of the family, as they tried to even, you know, divest me of my children at one stage. And no, that didn't happen, because I'm stronger and more powerful than they factored into the equation. So here we are, all these decades later, alone in my garden in the sunshine with my dog and my bird, holding on by the skin of my teeth. That's something I am a success at. Holding on when other people long ago gave up. And I admit I tried to give up too, but the gods wouldn't allow it. Here I am in my garden, carrying on. And I still have high delusional hopes of maybe one day finding a nice partner. And I'm 57 and a half, and it's never happened. So that's also crazy to even dream of that. And, you know, dreaming of having my own little business and having a little bit of financial freedom, success, and not struggling so hard on the pension. That's also a tad unrealistic, but I've been working towards that goal as well. So a lot has changed in the last 7 years, and 6 years for psychopaths. The roiling anxiety I'm dealing with the last few months is exhausting. I'm aging dramatically. I feel like the anxiety is actually burning me out. So yeah, I was eligible for legal cannabis. They wanted so much fucking money for it, I couldn't afford it. So, you know, I could actually do with some fucking weed just to calm me a little bit down occasionally. Can't afford it and don't have any resources to access it. So, shit happens. doing this life completely sober and have been all my life really, which is proof of how strong I am, because so many people ended up, in the gutter with serious drug addiction after similar life histories to mine. So I know how strong I am and how powerful I am and how much I value life and my sanity and my sanguinity. Sanguinosis, people. Own your own blood. Own your own humanness and your own spirit and soul. Don't let anyone take away from you what is not theirs to take. Don't gift it. Don't seed it. Love yourself in all the ways that you were not loved enough. That's my message to you, but it's also my message to me, to maintain my body autonomy and my integrity and what's left of my health, because I'm aging rapidly. Here's a little butterfly. I don't know if you saw it, a little white one. There's lots of butterflies in the garden at the moment. It's lovely. So I'm also flowering in my garden, even as I decay, bursting out in full fecund flowering. The Renaissance in my late stage. Why not? Why not? What else have I got to do but give birth to myself over and over and over again? A new becoming. So on that positive note, take care, God bless, enjoy your gardens, people. Love from the multiverses and the Tanya. Bye for now.